Okay, and welcome all tonight to our specially prepared webinar on Malaysian market outlook, as well as the how to trade in this volatile market. We'll introduce some new way of looking into the market, definitely for sure. And I'm seeing the people as you are coming in. We will start in a few minutes. So do let me know where you're listening from. Where you're listening from, okay? Do let me know where you're listening from. I'll appreciate that, as we can see. All right, Podixon. Okay, Mr. Hyung, thank you for watching. All right. And okay, thank you, Eddie from Sepang. All right. Hey, Arik, how are you doing? Okay, great to hear your recovery story. And hi, Simon. Thank you for watching. So this is good. That's why we always notice the revolutionize of webinar. I used to do this really a lot on the usual, classroom of I still do. It's not that I still don't do it. The usual classroom that the people is, used to see me standing up in the stage. But now where you are, you can listen from Penang, Ipoh, and that's one thing great about it. As the people coming in, I have prepared a very special talk for you tonight. It's a bit on Malaysian market outlook. Definitely for sure, but for start, a little bit of disclaimer, right? Whatever we say here mentioned are merely the viewpoint and what we talk about in Trade VSA, right? Definitely for sure, you would see that what we talk here are merely for educational purposes, so we don't get into a problem that suddenly you will sue me and so forth, and that's what we don't want to. Okay, and please consult your licensed investment advisor, your advisor, so forth, before making of any investment, because a lot of things that we talk here in this talk do carry risks. But as a trader, as a private fund manager, I am here. I have experience, and if you do take care on some of the strategies we talk about, there are money to be made. All right, so good. All right, hello Laura, nice of you. Okay, firstly, I have to take care. Why do I? Let me just erase this first. Okay, I got a little bit of air. Now this is just some markings that I have here. Okay, Trade VSA. All right, the company that we are in, right? And the talk for tonight is Stock Market 2019 and how to trade properly in the stock market. Now, the company that we are in, we have two very experienced trader and trainer. Myself, I'm more of the Trade VSA strategies, and also chief trainer, Martin here, so you can see me. So we have this company, Trade VSA, which specializes in proprietary analytics, which is the volume spread analysis. And my new trainer here, a senior trainer, Mr. Zach Lim, is also very experienced, and together with us, we bring over decades of stock market experience, coaching and training. And today, we're going to share with you some of the best secrets about the stock market that helps you and how to make consistent report and also using a track record. Now, the charts, we always use charts, like it or not. As a trader and as a fund manager, we always need to look at the market where we are. So charts is very important. Now, we're also going to show you some of the risk to reward setup using 30 minutes and 60-minute charts for stocks, and for futures, which we'll talk about later down the road. We were using even shorter time frames, so your risks are definitely lower there. Now, that way we can teach you to trade in harmony with the smart money and by decoding their gain. Now, those of you who just come in and join our presentation, do send us a chat message where you're listening from. I really appreciate that, and we know you are in best of health and in good spirit now that we have a little bit of market rally and so forth. I do appreciate that. Those of you who just join us and come in and let us know where you're listening from. Now, my first message is very simple: keep calm and do trade on. All right, and I'm going to show you my first part of the presentation is more of the market outlook. Now, having said that, the year ending 2018 has been a very disappointing year. I'm sure many of you would agree. I look back at the portfolio. I do have some losses this year too, but they're very small. Last year I did pretty well, but I'm sure this year with the strategy that you'll be listening in, I believe you will end up higher. Now, let me first talk about the KLCI, Composite Index. We still use the old name rather than Abusa. The KLCI has failed to build on the momentum that we have in 2017. And this is partly due to the growing concern of the global growth, right, and disappointing corporate earnings. And if you look at property, plantation, and logistics, they all fare very, very badly. Now, if you look back at the comparison, this is a comparison here, okay, compared to this is Indonesia. Okay, this one is Thailand, so just put a short word Thai. This is Malaysia. Okay, this one is Singapore, SGX. So just ignore, this is Asia, excluding Japan. Now, if you look in terms of using the exchange rate, the US dollar exchange rate, we are one of the second worst performer. In terms of ringgit, this was as of earlier December, but as of 28th of December, the market fell 5.8%, right, or 105 points, okay, from where we were last year, 1692. Some of you were 1692 were our closing as of 31st of December 2017, and this year we hit a record high of 1895. That's right. That is on April 19. This is partly to the run-up of the general election 14. You know, I and many of the fund managers would never really realize that we were so wrong about the Barisan Nasional. We felt that Barisan Nasional would not lose in that case because of all the preparation that we done, but leading to the few nights to the general election 14, which is May 9, we felt that the market has swing and turn to another time. As such, in the first half of the year, 2014, it was a very good year. First half of 2018, the market was driven by stronger ringgits, and there was a lot of government projects, and they were predicting Barisan would have win, and the big mega projects, I think you heard about mega projects, ECRL, the high-speed railway, the Borneo transcontinental oil pipeline, that did not materialize. I will talk about a bit that later. So the KLSE since then has slipped the 233 point of 12% down from the peak. Okay. Now some of the big surprises in here, I would think you all know about this, which I have got it wrong too, and many of the fund managers got it wrong, is Pakatan won. All right, this is one of the crucial points. And also the trade war. I knew the trade war between the US and China, Donald Trump presidency will continue. There was, Donald Trump has always been just babbling, opening his mouth, but we never expected he would continue the trade war until December, and even going beyond this January 2019. I think many of you have heard that the latest news that he is talking about is the early meeting between presidency and himself, so they can talk, right? Perhaps end this US trade war. Bear in mind, I feel that the US trade war, if they can be resolved, this market can turn back, right? Judging from all the facts that we have, right? Now, as a result of the Pakatan winning, they cut back a lot of the projects here. You can see mega projects being trimmed down. Even the tax holiday, when they took out the GST, remember the GST? You only have, there was 3 months of tax holiday. It failed to spur any consumer spending. As such, that was very important for the rest of the year. The GDP growth was slower in 2018 as to 4.5%. There was a revision to the downside. Now, there are more things. Now, being the Pakatan Harapan, the new Malaysian government, or the new Malaysia, they were against a lot of the used to be the big spending. So they're introducing a 10% hike on gaming tax. And some of you will know, having Genting Malaysia, what happened to it? You took a beating, right? That's right, you took a beating. And that is one of the reasons why the market did not do as well as it did. Now, also the CPO prices fell below 2,000 early on due to the record stockpile. I think in the last 6 days, it has gone back up to 2,100. Right? That was the first time you hear CPO prices drop beyond went up above the $3 million inventory stockpile. Right. Also, crude oil, after hitting a new high, October 2018, we were talking about how bullish it is. It fell almost 30% and right to $45. And that also had the increase of RGBT, the 5% index. Many of the companies eventually, as such, did not do well because of the slowdown and all the tax hike that you have, right? And the introduction of the SST, right? So they were also raising concern between the tensions, and the market sentiment just fell off. I think you're here yesterday. Apple just announced that they will miss the earnings, and such many of the local companies, technology bounds, Inari, Unisem, all took a hitting too. Of course, last but not least is property. Again, you will hear some news that there being overabundance of property. Almost close to about 45% of those property are left unsold. Now that's creating. Now this is a very interesting picture. You can watch this as you are listening to the 2018 major events on the FBM and KLCI. You'll see that the September-November time frame that we have here, this is continuing to move downwards in here. All right. The September was a peak, and then October, November, and we were expecting December month to actually hook up, but it did not. It plummeted some more here. Interesting. So that's where we stand today, right? Do we see a potential rally in January 2018? I'm still hoping for it. So that's all going to be based on Donald Trump and President Xi meeting this week or next week. Now the 2019 theme is going to be like this. It's going to be the US trade war. If the trade war get cancelled, the market's going to resume and it's going to shoot straight up. That's for sure. That will result to higher consumer spending. But if not, we will prefer companies that have very defensive earnings. Companies that have offer high dividend yield and use the FA DDO. We have our screener. Those of you don't know, we have a FA DDO screener. Okay, FA DDO screener. That is the portion that we talk about the dividend, okay, that look into high quality companies that have very little debt and pay a dividend. Now we also look at stocks that oversold, for example, Genting Malaysia, may have potential to, and export. Now when it comes to export based US long term, the glove is something that we are very favorable for 2019 here. The gloves, the healthcare, all right, which is also part of glove. There's some KDJ insurance company that pays dividend, and oil and gas. Now oil and gas, there are a couple of them. I do like Dialog, Insun. Gloves, the usual suspect, Hatalega, Kosan. Healthcare, you may look at KBJ. Insurance, Allianz. The one that I like is a bit pricey. It's the LPI, London Pacifics. All right. Now, I'll just probably go to the next text here. Just talk about the January 2015 to November 2018 cumulative foreign funds. If you look here, the red line is the KLCI. See, this is the KLCI. Now, if you notice the KLCI follow tentatively with the foreign funds outflow. This negative territory, okay, is outflow. This one is inflow. And this one is inflow. So it's positive inflow, outflow. Now, of course, you may ask, the market is going down because the foreign funds do not know how Pakatan Harapan will be handling the economy. So there was a lot of outflows. On top of that, also same thing, the emerging markets are also taking a beating of the strengthening of the US dollar and the raise of the interest rates. So that's playing a lot of havoc into the market. The Indian market, the Indonesian market, the Thai market, all the emerging markets are really taking a beating due to the change in policies between the US and the China and the trading partner. That's what's causing all this. Now, if you look at it, there is a chart we like to get our members to look at. Is on TradingView. Now, the TradingView we'll talk about it later. There is a positive correlation. In this case, the KLCI, the blue line that you see here, and the red line. Now, the blue line is this one here. Okay, this is the red line. This is the blue line. Now, we notice the blue line. It's the one that blue line is the EEM, emerging markets. Emerging markets, a lot. China is in there. Okay, Southeast Asia is in there. Okay, Brazil. Okay, India, South Africa. These are all we call the emerging markets. So the emerging markets is in here. So as such, you see the EEM, right? That's the stock. So what I'm telling you this, if you want to track how well our market will be doing, the KLCI, go to TradingView, type EEM as your code. You're able to track this. And when you put this side by side like I do here, you're able to see the movement correlates it. Okay. Now, back to some projects going forward. Now, because of the huge debt that was incurred by the previous government, the Barisan Nasional, so we have to make short-term sacrifices. That's right. The short-term sacrifices for long-term benefit. Many people I talk to in the street, fund managers, as well as institutional private bankers, they felt in long-term, right, the country will benefit in terms of, making sacrifices today, deferring projects as needed. So you know that the ECRL, which costs about 55 billion, right, for each kilometer, 80 million, you can read all the details there, as well as the high-speed rail. This need to be trimmed down and so-called extended if they need to, and that would save close to about 300 billion from a cancellation of project. But because of this big cancellation, the flow of money do not get flowed down, and that's what you see. There was really a slowdown in all sectors. Property, construction, all took a big hitting in that manner. However, there are some projects like the LRT3 continue. So when you see in KL, parts of it being built, some they slow down. Now, 2019 is going to be a tough year. Right, our projection is going to be very flattish. However, I don't foresee we'll have a recession in 2019. Not sure about 2020. That's going to depend on the interaction between the US and China trade war. Okay, so the growth is going to be flattish. If you look back in the last, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last 8 years, there's always been the 4 to the 5% GDP growth. Okay, and our country, like it or not, is driven by manufacturing. The commodity is the palm oil. You notice recently there was news about our primary industry in commodities. Theresa Koch, YB, has to go and appeal to the France government, to the European government, to ban our palm diesel. And that is where Malaysia need to do national surveys, use more diesel and palm oil. That's what's happening because of the CPO price. A lot of the Felda small grower depend on the palm oil prices. We were very lucky. The last 10 years or last decade, we have very strong palm oil prices. But now also the crude oil prices has diminished. Now there are talks if the crude oil prices stay below $45 or $50, our finance minister may revise our budget, and that's what's really happening there. 2019 is going to be a tough year. We can do is to export our way out. So again, going back to the theme. So GDP growth is going to be around 4.6% in here, 4.7 2019. Private consumptions has to come in. That's the main engine of comparison. Now, let me ask you this question. This Christmas, this Chinese New Year, would you spend more than last year? I'm sure, definitely, you will probably trim down a bit, right, compared to what you've done last year. And going to the shopping mall where I live in Bandar Utama, right, you can see people are very, very careful about spending. So 2019 will definitely be a tough year. Now, the headwind and some risks. Definitely the weaker sentimental outlook on the US trade war and also the US monetary policies. Now, they did talk about 2 interest rate hikes. First half of 2019 and second half of 2019. But if the market were to spiral down more and the fear of the big recession, the big R here, okay, the big R here, that's the one everyone is worried, 2020. Right, and also the social economic uncertainty in Europe, where we talk about the Yellow Vest protest that we're seeing in France, and also the Brexit. Still no deal and got deal. Every morning I'm sort of following the news. Now at the end of the day, the strong fundamentals and versus the weak sentimental. The sentimental market, which is the weaker one, continue to dominate the market at what we see today. Right? The fact following is that the yield curve, right, is inverting. right? That's right, the yield curve is inverting. Now, what does that mean? That means the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland predicted a higher percentage of recession in December 2020, based on December data, right? Now, if you look at this is by the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland, looking to higher probability. Now, as the market trend down more, the interest rate continued to raise, the short-term interest rate versus a long-term interest rate. This is what you're going to get. Now, look at the shaded area here. This one here, sorry, here, 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 here. So you look in terms of spacing here, right? You're definitely going to get one recession in US. Now, all here we're just talking about probability. Now, with the also on Monday when the market fell, the China manufacturing data that came out, PMI, right, was below 50 for the first time in the last 2 years, and that causes the market to tank too. So much bad news. Now, will this lead to recession? Well, Federal Reserve Bank do think so, but I believe Donald Trump, being a businessman he is, now any sign of it, he may touting with President Xi. As long as you count with President Xi, then you will see potentially this market would have a chance to go back up. Right? Now, again, in the same slide, in the same context, the date that the start of the recession will be February 2020. Now, the market will peak in September 2019 and December 2008, which is last month, a couple of days ago, when the first time the yield curve inverted. Now, this is above here just based on all the data that you have, right? They talk about 9.7 months, the market will peak. Now, don't get out from the stock when the market peak. Okay, you need to sell on the way to the top. So 2019 is based on what we are. Keep calm and trade on. It's going to be a trading year. So some of the things that we're going to do using intraday chart will definitely help you there. And look at one product that we feel that will help you will be futures. Now, remember the stock market generally, the Malaysian and the US, to certain extent, doesn't allow you to short, although some market like the US do. So it is a bull market, but currently we are in a bear market. So bear market, using a bull product like shares, we need to learn how to short. We need to sell. All right. Now, however, Donald Trump, right, is coming in, and as early as the last week of December, Donald Trump has came in to rescue. All right, it's called the plunge protection team. It's more of a mechanical situation. It's not really a team. It's a mechanism where they have some sort of a circuit breaker to go in to arrest many of the big sell-off that we see. Right. I think the night before we do have some, despite Apple sold out, but the market did rebounded. And you see today, the Hang Seng and the Malaysian market did not fall through. Why? It's because of the fresh buying that we have in the first week of January 2019. Now remember, also the last month of December is where a lot of institutional fund managers in US context, because of the market has fell so much from the October, November and early December, they decided to write off. So what they do, they sell into the losses. So we start off with a clean sheet, begin 1st January 2019. So that's what makes this selling tremendous. Now remember, a strong or a worse month, December, usually followed by a strong January. So we have a very bad December. We hope for a good January. That's always been the seasonality that you see in the market. Strong January is always followed by a bad, worse December. And that's what we're seeing, seasonality, right? Now, another chart we always look at that is the fear index, the 43. Now, in the last terrorist attack that we have here, right, that was 2011, in February 2018, the market hits about this range, the 40 to 40. We are very close to it. Once normally when you hit it, right, the market will go back down. So every time when the market go up, this is where October, remember I talked about the October to December sell-off in US. This again in the US context, okay, US sell-off, and we hit it up, and the market, once it hit up, if we resume back down here, that's going to be good, which means this is going to be bullish. Now remember, the higher the WIX stand for volatility index, it measures the fear. The higher the number, the more fear that people have. The highest ever we have 2007 when the financial crash was at 66, and then at one time it touches 88. That's how high it went to. Right now is around this year 20 plus. And when the market was moving very nicely, we are always around the 10 to 12. Okay, 10 to 12 points in here. Interesting. Now what's left for 2018? This is where we want to have a defensive view, pursue a bottom-up strategy. So any sharp pullback that you see going towards 2019, go in and buy some blue chips, right? Defensive play, dividend, going for those little or no debt about FAD, those stocks, undervalued stocks that pay dividend, and some companies that benefit from improvement in crude oil, right? So this is something we feel that will give you a lot of chance going forward. Now the outlook using the futures in here. This is a slide that I did last week. I think the market closed back up very closely to around this level in here. It did have a big sell-off, okay, but it recovered back slightly in the last 2 days. So using the trade VSA chart that is proprietary, we have our hit zone here. This is the red hit zone, you can see here, and this is the green hit zone. Many of our members who use this really benefit from the trade VSA. You can see here green and red hit zone. So when to rebuy? Wait for the green hit zone. All right. We expect a minor rally happening in early 2019. Now on the STI, the Singapore market, again it failed to break the resistance, which is around the 3,100 level here. So we have to wait for this green. And if the market were to have some sort of recovery, this is the green. All right. As I said before, December was the worst month as the market came coming down, and we are hoping this market to go back up. Now, also headline that you cannot ignore, I think some of you would know, the interest rate, right? In December 20th, we have one interest rate movement. 2 more is expected in the first half of the year and second half of the year 2019, and also the debt. Now, US-China, the good news is US and China agreed for a ceasefire. The 90-day ceasefire, I think many of you have heard, is that the Chinese has agreed to buy a lot of American goods, which is the soybean, the soybean oil, and that ceasefire 90 days would last until 2nd of March 2019. So it will allow the market to recover at least if there is a rally, okay, to a Chinese New Year rally. If there's a rally, it's going to happen this month, January, all the way to Chinese New Year, and some profit taking by then. But that's yet to be seen. Let's see tonight how the Dow Jones will close. Right. Now, this is a very good chart to show the US S&P 500. Although we have no bearings to the Malaysian market. But my point here, I'm just to share with you. Every time when you see a big sell-off that we have in the more recent one, like 2011 here, 2010, 2009, when the market go down by 11%, next quarter it rebound back by 11%. All right, almost the same amount, 15%. Are we going to get a rebound more than maybe 10% in the next quarter? Next quarter is really no, it's only 3 months, no, which is January, February, March. Am I correct? January, February, March. So those are the 3 months only. Okay. So like I said before, that also concur with the 90 days. But as I said before, if not the following quarter, the second 2 quarters, which is first half of the year, June, it goes back up. On average, it's about 11% to 10%. Right. So this is something keep in mind. So keep on and trade on. Right. Now, I'm going to go to the second part of my presentation, how to trade in this volatile market. A little bit of basic to understand price and volume. Now, those of you who don't know, in trade VSA, we rely on price and volume. I think some of you would know, members, by now, you'll be really comfortable using price and volume. Let me just quickly go on. Okay, buy and sell. Now, definitely knowing how the market buy and sell is important. And I think the right answer here is what? How does the market work? Orderly fashion, random, regular, inside hand. Definitely the answer will be inside hand. If you're not, let me convince you that. Okay. Now if you look at this company, a little known Malaysian stock that has surged more than 400%. Now this happened on October 24th. Now when you see a sign like this, what do? Oh my God, I want to buy this, right? But look at the dates. Oh, so sorry for that. October 24th. Now October 24th is this day here. See that? This was when the Bloomberg news came out, right? And since then, the market fell all the way down. Now we have this thing called ATR stop loss. Okay, ATR stop loss, right? So that's the one that helps you to keep your profits up. If you want to run your profits. Now in our courses, in our strategy, we'll teach you what strategy you use, whether you run your profit or you take a profit, depending on the circumstances. Now definitely in the green area here, right, hit zone, that's where red thing to exit. Now if you have done that, there's a possibility of you making 300% and then you avoided the second part of it, the 70% drop, if the market break through down here. Okay, break down here. You would have avoided this. In short, this is what the possibility announcement is. So at the end of the day, if you have followed the news like Bloomberg here, right, you have made tremendous losses in here. So at the end of the day, right, is this by chance or by design? What do you think? This is definitely by design, right? Smart money won, the ship's lost. That's why the smart money is a group of individual, a group of, or a team that you will never come across. Now, I'll give you an example. If George Soros mentioned that he want to buy gold, what is he telling you? You want to buy gold. He's selling gold. That's right. He's not going to tell you the truth. So one of the job of smart money is to lure. Now, these are what are these? These are ships, right? What happened to the ships? Right? The ships are basically like the public. You know, all of us, including you and me, we're always busy, attending meeting, running from appointment to appointment, and we don't have time. So we always listen to tips and news, and we read the newspaper. A lot of time, what happened? The smart money using, just like the Bloomberg news, lure in and then slaughter us. Here's another example, Vivacom. Remember Vivacom? Now on 12th of May 2016, they invited all the public to go and attend, get up close and personal with the management of Vivacom, where they tell you they're going to be doing good news or bad news. So things like that, would we be telling you bad news? Definitely not, right? Definitely they'll be telling a lot of good news. Now at the same time, in this very popular magazine called Age Magazine, they are telling you why this company can go higher based on the individual. Look at the dates. 12th of May. Okay, look at this date, okay? 12th of May and 12th of May. So they come in the same time. So at that time, the market will be really booming. Wow, look at this. You know, this thing has gone from 10 cents to 30 cents. That's almost 200%. You can go higher some more, right? This is what actually happens. You can see here on May. May is here somewhere, right here. That's right. May is somewhere here. That's where the price is. You see that? That's where the news came out. Vivacom investor conference. And since then, this market has been all the way down. You notice here was green zone, okay, green hit zone, and here was red hit zone. That's right. As you can see, this market simply go all the way down and down and down. So at the end, you tell me, is this by chance or by design? The way how smart money control the media, the public opinion, and they distribute at the top. Right, now that is why VSA trader must understand this market structure. Just I show you. Now you notice this chart here, Vivacom, and this chart. Do they look the same? If they're not, if you can't see the difference, that's where you need to learn about price and volume. Right? The sooner you learn about this, then you will know you're on the right side with the smart money, or you are a sheep that will get slaughtered. All right. So let me go through this. Now, in stage one, we see the accumulation. Typically there's no news right now, like very bad news, the market's starting to go up, where it says no one is interested in the market. But tonight we're getting a fair bit of people listening from, and those of you who's listening, who just came in, just type in where you're listening from. I appreciate that, so we know where you are, right? And we are there to help you. All right, so we have stage 1 accumulation, no news or very low volume buying. Then we have this, where you see this little guy fearful, right? Then stage 2, we normally get good news, volume start to turn in, everyone is happy, right? That is something maybe just before the election, right? And then we have stage 3, right, when extremely good news. Well, the extremely good news will probably be for last year, 2018, where Barisan won, but instead they didn't win, right? Pakatan won, and there was really bad news. The market sort of, took a stage 4 and went down. That's where the market went down. Good news turning bad. High volume and people are selling. So these, in short, are the 4 market stages. Of course, in our workshops and in our seminars, we will do this over and over again to get the people to understand the market stages. Where are they from? Okay. Now there are many class of technical analysis. All this, I'm not going to go into it. TA, MACD, and oscillator. But the problem is, if you use enough, like I do for the last 10 years, you know they are lagging. And then when it comes to fundamental, they're historical. It's something that happened 3 months ago, 6 months ago, or 1 year ago. However, there's a new offering. The new offering from price and volume is this. Now, if you look at layer 1, layer 2, forecast tool that cannot be proved on like feng shui. Layer 3 are the one which is in the bottom of the information. Historical. Layer 2 are traditional TA, MACD. But the layer 1, the one that is stacked on top, that is price and volume. That's where you can follow the trail of the smart money. Like what are those examples I've shown you? TechFast, Vivacom. If you had followed or used a price and volume chart, or use a trade VSA with the green heat zone, you would at least got out and avoided that big sell-off by holding it. Now, a lot of these stocks are not buy and hold. You got to really trade them. By following the smart money, the volume spread analysis, you have a chance. Now, what is volume spread analysis? Now, volume spread analysis is what we call a chart. It's using price and volume. You can read any financial chart as long as you have price and volume. Nowadays, thanks to TradingView, even Bitcoin, Forex, futures, cryptocurrency, they all have volume. So we are able to apply the price and volume into the reading of the market. Now, this is what we call lingua franca, which is like a language. If you go to Europe, right, you want to be able to speak France, when you're in French in France. Same thing, if you want to read the chart, you must understand the language of the market, which is volume spread analysis. Next, you must always trade in harmony with the market. What I mean by trade in harmony with the market is looking at good news, bad news. Good news, think to what? Think to sell. Bad news, think to buy. Right now, are you seeing good news or bad news? Right, you tell me. Right, definitely bad news, isn't it? So you want to trade with harmony. Okay, and when you buy when they're buying and you sell when they're selling. So this is where Trade VSA has this green triangle which show sign of strength, okay, and red sign of weakness. Okay, sign of strength, sign of weakness. And this is something the father of volume spread analysis, Tom Williams. This is a picture of me taken with him a few years back before he passed away 2 years ago. And he told me, Tom said, once you learn price and volume, it will feed you and your family for the rest of your life. And it's quite true, of course, with a certain amount of money to be trading. So knowing and following the smart money is important. Now, follow volume spread analysis is not used by me. Many hedge fund managers all over the world uses it. You may not heard of them. Here are 4 super traders. Earl Lenger, a world champion in 2000, made 63% return in 12 months. Ray Dalio, one of the 69 richest men in 2016, made about 800 million using price and volume. And Victor Niederhofer made 400% return in 18 months. And Jesse Stein, a trader, makes almost 15,000% in 28 months. So don't hear it from me. These are the guys. You can always try to find out what they do. And in Malaysia, we are one of the pioneers of volume spread analysis. That's the good news. Now remember, the job of the smart money is lure you in. That is a public. When you're busy, don't have time to learn, you listen to tips, you get into trouble, right? And they will slaughter you. Now we're going to go on to the second part of my presentation, where I'll bring in my senior trainer in here, Zach, to talk about the possibility of trading in volatile market, including using futures too. All right. Now we're just going to switch our mic in here, so don't go away. Just give it a minute and we'll be back. So I'm just going to switch over.
Martin, is the mic on, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, hello everyone. This is Zach here. Okay, I do see a lot of members today or new participants today. Just wondering, have anyone here before that heard about volume spread analysis before? Okay, I'm going to start to cover our second part for today, which is about intraday. Okay, Jason said yes, thank you. Okay, about intraday and what is the benefit of intraday basically. Okay, so okay, let me start here. So what does intraday means to you? I know that whenever we talk about intraday, a lot of people might think that probably you have to go to the screen every seconds. Well, it depends on the time frame, but of course, using if you are trading in stock markets, right, like KLSE, definitely no need to do so, right? We are using hourly charts or 30-minute chart. I will show later on few simple steps to trade. Okay. In fact, one of our new members today just texted me. He just joined us last Sunday. Okay, he said that he gets into this Charimin yesterday at 52 cents, which is around 10% of profits already. So I will share with you how he do it, and of course some of the patterns. I hope this members is joining us today. His name is Michael. So okay, this is what happens usually in traders, right? Whenever they trade using intraday, they're always busy, go to the screen. Even that's like this cartoon, right? All this intraday trading and cause you neglects our children. And then his reply, what children's, right? It's too busy to go to the screens, okay? So you always see this, okay? Whenever you see technical analysis charts, right? There's a lot of tools outside there. I think more than hundreds of tools that you can use. But which one that can, you know, lead you to the correct buy and sell signals, right? Like we are using VSA, of course, we don't use any indicator, just purely price and volume. That's it. Okay, I will show you how we do it. Okay, so you are busy, unskilled, no time to monitor, or simply don't know how to do and what to do. Of course, volume spread analysis started by Tom William. Of course, at the time he using intradays to trade in forex market. So using price and volume, they read any financial chart. Of course, using this also, they can able to trade with the edge. How do you trade with the edge? Because they are trading at the manipulated market manipulations, right? Whenever there's manipulations, they're able to detect the footprints of the smart money and trade together with them. This is why we mentioned this, right? Trading in harmony with the smart money. Okay, whenever we see them buy, okay, whenever there's indicators that we notice they are buying it, we follow them. They sell, we follow them, and I will show you how you can do it too. So of course, this is a picture of Tom, William, and Martin. Okay, so here's the charts of daily charts Jufu, right? So using this daily charts here, of course, this is our trade VSA systems. We have detected this line change over here after accumulation. Okay, I will show you as well how you're going to detect market stages. If you are following me very closely in Facebook or TradingView or Telegram, we do focus a lot in market stages. Okay, how to use market stages and our trade VSA system to find the best trade. Okay, like example here we have accumulation, And the question is, yeah, you detect the accumulations, but what is the best entry point? Okay, of course the best entry point is the line change, right? It's the line change. Okay, thank you. I got some comments here. Okay, Jason, Chai, and Daniel is pretty new to VSA, right? Okay, great. So line change, basically I will show as well also, what it means by line change. Okay, so this is the very good entry point, okay, after the accumulation, where we know smart money is buy slowly with hidden volume. You can see usually during accumulations, volumes is very low, because smart money don't want you to know that they are buying it. Okay, they want to hide their footprints. Okay, so these breakouts, okay, come with high volume, is a very quality one, followed by a short period of pullback again or reaccumulation before continuation on the markdown stage. So with this trade alone, you can get around 94% in this DUFU. So again, I repeat, smart money accumulated with low volume and push up the price in markup stage. Okay, so of course some of you might say that, well, I'm busy. Okay, I heard about DUFU, but I believe at the time, I still remember when DUFU Clinton's, right, they move up a lot, but at the time market's still very bad, right? They don't dare to go in, or when the time they realize it, DUFU already went almost 90% 100%. They say, oh, they only want to start to buy, or am they too late? Okay, so using intraday, you're able to spot the second chance. Okay, the second entry, that's you can trade with very low risk. Okay, I prefer, to be frank, for KLSE stock, for stock markets, right? Basically, I use 60 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay, because I want to see the volume. Okay, if there's no volume in 30 minutes, then I'll switch to hourly charts. Because volume for me is the most important indicators. Okay, so can I use VSA to increase my success in my second entry in intraday? Of course you can. So here's DUFU again in using 30-minute charts, and how you're going to spot it. Of course, the first one we can see on the background here, previously I show you using daily chart, we have accumulation, okay, and then price breakup, and this is the line change, right? Price accumulate again, and this is a third line change. This is a very corrective line change again. You can see this line change come with high volume. So using 30-minute, you can also spot it also. Okay. So using hourly chart also, you can spot very clearly what is the intention of the smart money. Okay, so this is DUFU in 60-minute intraday charts. Again, you can see that accumulation on the left hand side, as I showed you earlier on. Okay, so here reaccumulation, and we have this line change. Okay, we have this line change over here, and this is to DUFU using 30-minute chart, how profit target has been achieved. Okay, this is the first one. You can see from here after line change, okay, and then form another reaccumulations again, and then we have second line change, okay, another entry with green hit zone, forming another pullback or reaccumulation again over here, and we have another line change here and here. So this chart alone giving you 4 chances, okay, to trade based on intraday on 30-minute charts. So this alone will give you around, if you are trading at 5,000 capitals, you are getting around 2,900. Okay. So Jason asks, okay, what is considered high volume? Well, high volume for me depends on the individual chart itself. Okay, it doesn't mean that 100k, 20k, 3k, 5k is high volume. But I look at individual chart itself. Like example, like I'm looking at this particular time frame. Which one is the most standouts? Okay, which is the average, which is the low? I don't really look at is it this quantity, you have to be this quantity or not. I look at overall of the particular time frame that I'm trading. Okay, relative. Okay, so this is the another chance. If we are using 60 minutes, of course we spotted 2 entry. This is the first line change after the accumulation. You can see volumes increasing, high volume. This is a very nice quality line change. Okay, of course the second one also spotted over here, line change with high volume and high quality line change. So these two alone also are giving a very good profitable trade on how you use intraday charts. Okay, Albert asked what is line change. Okay, Albert, I will cover that later, what is line change. Okay, so here's some of the tips of profit consideration using our VSA. Of course, the very basic one that you can use is that specific volume. Like for example, when you trade on this particular trade, you want to earn 200 500. Okay, or specific percentage. Okay, I think this specific percentage is very useful, especially for current markets which is very volatile, using NS trade. So later I will show also what is no supply and how you're going to apply no supply NS strategy. Okay, and then how you're going to set a profit target as well. So using Trade VSA profit target, of course, Trade VSA do have optimal profits targets using projection profit of 3 exit strategy. We will cover this exit strategy in our income cash method. For those that are member or new member who sign up, of course you can attend the income cash method strategy. Okay, how we're going to exit by protect our profits and run our profits. Of course, lastly, using our ATL stop loss or confirmation of sign of weakness. Okay, so this is a part that for me is very important. Okay, I do emphasize a lot on these 4 market stages based on Dow Jones theory. If you're watching our video from Telegram, from TradingView, I do emphasize a lot on this. Okay, so why this is so important? Okay, ask, right, how do you decide when you use 30-minute, 60-minute charts? Okay, like I said earlier on, I look at volume, right? If 30 minutes doesn't give me a very good volumes, I will switch to 60 minutes. Okay, 60 minutes, if I can look at the overall, because the whole point is that I want to identify the intention of the smart money. Okay, are they selling at this particular time? Are they buying at this particular time? So later on, if I got time, I will show you Cherry Min. Using 30 minutes alone, I can see that intention very, very nicely. Okay, I do have the chart also as well for Cherry Min. Okay, so this is a part that is very important for you to understand before you trade based on VSA. First, I have accumulation. During the accumulation stage 1, basically there's no news about these particular stocks. Low in volume, which means hidden potential buying for the smart money. Okay, bar usually will be very narrow because they want to hide it, they want to buy it slowly, they don't want you to know it. I think Martin earlier on they will share with you about a chart called TechFast, right? TechFast, if you look at the background, it have been accumulating for months or years without people knowing it. So with low volume or even no volume, right? This is how smart money do. Whenever there's no news, there's time for them to buy. Okay, so what happened next? Okay, this the next step, the next stage is the markup stage, where you can hear about some good news and higher volumes coming in, and then some of the retail traders also chasing the price. Okay, started to chase the price. Volume will be higher now. Okay, so this is the parts that you heard about this stock, that stocks. There's a lot of good news. Facebook's talking about it. Some analysts is covered about these stocks. Then there's a place that you started want to trade. Okay, so on the distribution, the next phase, right, the stage 3 distribution, this is a part that we have extremely good news, very high volume, extremely high volume, and we got a lot of selling signals, like for example uptrust, no demand, sell off. So example again, like TechFast, whenever there's high volume, okay, followed by the next day, if you spot any uptrust, this is the end of these stocks. Okay, which means that smart money are using this news to sell and transfer the stocks to the big holders. And then the next phase, we have stage 4, markdown. This is the place that good news turn to bad news. Volumes still be high because there's a lot of selling and no support from the smart money. Okay, and then this 4 market stages repeats again. Okay, after the sell already, to stage 1, smart money accumulates back and then push out again. So repeated 4 stages. Okay, I do have some questions again coming in. How about trading future using the same time frame? No, trading future, like for example, if I trade SPO, I probably look at 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay, again, I look at volume, I look at the signals. I want to detect the intention of the smart money. Okay, do we trade fundamental share preferably? Yeah, you can. We can trade FA stock, like in our screener we have FA Dido. We have this screen FA Dido. For those stocks that have very hugely sell off, right, we can use strategy like NS. Okay, whenever there's accumulation, we trade on NS. Okay, so at stage 3, you got such climatic bar of selling to below stage 2. Why at stage 3 you got such climatic bar of selling to below stage 2? Sorry, I don't understand Jason questions. Okay, probably later I'll answer Jason questions. Okay, VSA can be used, of course. VSA can be applied in any markets. Okay, US markets. If you are looking at TradingView, right, we got more than 50 markets. Okay, even crypto, forex, no problem. In fact, Tom William used to trade in forex using VSA. Okay, so this is the 7 indicators that we covered in trade VSA. We have 4 signs of strength and 3 signs of weakness. Okay, line change, no supply, test, spring is a sign of strength, and weakness we are uptrust, no demand, and sell off. Currently, if you log into our TradeVSA screen, TradeVSA.com, you can use our screener for free at the moment. We have 4 screener for you: line change, no supply, spring, and uptrust. Okay, and we cover 4 markets: KLSE, Singapore, Hong Kong, and US market, which is including NYSE and Nasdaq. Okay, so is FAD or free tools? Yeah, Jason, you can find it in our TradeVSA screener. This is buttons for you to tick on the FAD tools. Okay, it's a fundamental analysis depends on don't lie criteria. So, how to look for the best market stages to enter? Of course. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, for those Muslim friends, we have the Sharia as well. Okay, you can tick on it to only filter out for those Sharia compliant share only. Okay, later on if I got time I will show you. Okay, how trade VSA screeners. Okay, so how to look for the best market stages to enter? Of course, using our charts, we do have this hit zone. Basically, for our members, I repeat again, for our members, if you are using our hit zone to trade, okay, red bearish hit zone, okay, it indicates that stage 3, okay, stage 4 going to stage 1, and green is stage 1 going to stage 2 to stage 3. Okay, so if you are looking, if you find any sign of strength, like for example line change, spring at red color hit zone, right, this is a trade that you want to avoid, because probably there's a higher chances that this might be the false breakout. Okay, we do see a lot of chart that have a lot of line change and spring during the bearish hit zone, so this is a trade that you want to avoid because this is a false breakout. So we only want to trade after it turns to green hit zone, which means that they have some sort of accumulation phase. Green hit zone, especially line change, is nice one. Just an example I show you mean. Okay, nice one, and then it will break out, continue to stage 2. Okay, so this is a trade that this is a setup. Okay, or signals that you want to look for when you want to enter or exit. Exit is the same as well. Whenever it turns to red, you have to be careful or hit your ATL stop loss. Especially on your chart, you have some sort of signal like uptrust, no demand, and sell off. Okay, so I will continue to here. This is the trading strategy using 18-day line change. Of course, just now there's one of participants asked what is line change, right? So this is a conceptual map. Okay, how a line change look like. Basically, on the left hand side, okay, on your left hand side, just like Dufu, you got accumulation, right, where price moves sideways, narrow spread bar, low volume. Okay, so one of this bar, okay, line change bar, break through more than 18 bars, previous 18 bars, and come with high volume. Okay, which means that during accumulation, whenever smart money thinks that they are ready after they accumulate at lower price, they will break through the resistance and push the price to markup stage. Okay, sorry. So general idea of 18 line change, right? 18-day line change, right? Basically, the background must must be strong, which means on my left hand side here, just like do full chart, I got a lot of sign of strength. Sign of strength including spring, test, no supply, right? So this is a monthly indication of an uptrend momentum stock. Volume will be higher compared to previous few bar. Okay, the reason is volume. We want the transaction, we want the evidence of smart money is pushing it. Better if the stock with fundamental sound. This is where you can use our FADO to trace. Okay, so paired together with short term, of course we have 50 and 200 day moving average. We prefer the price to stay above 50 and 200 days. Work well on nature market or recover markets or end of stage 1. Trade with major trend with market in the index direction, and of course avoid during downtrend market. This is what I said, the false breakout, right? Whenever you see red color bearish zone, this is the line change that you want to avoid. So where to look for these stock ideas? Okay, no supply and 18-day line change. Of course, you can find it in our VSA screener. Currently, it's available for free. You can go check out our website, tradevsa.com. Under screeners there, you can find these two screeners. Okay. Instant ways to look for stocks opportunity. Okay, buy and sell higher. So of course, our screener currently we have improvised already. You need to follow some of the criteria. Previously for our members, you need to follow some sort of criteria like what is the ST, what is the LT. Right now we further enhance it with color coded. Okay, just like example in this cartoon here, right? We improvise it just like a gear from the car, right? Basically, you can, okay, this is our screener. Okay, you can check out later on in our website. Okay, you can see there's a lot of colors: purples, green, reds. Okay, 3 colors here. So what it means is that red colors is the stocks that is not ready yet. Okay, it's not ready yet, which means probably this stock is still under stage 4. Okay, still on the markdown stage. So green color basically means that this stocks is ready to move higher. Is on the stage 1 to the beginning of stage 2. Okay, of course you need to look at the chart as well, right? And purple color is a momentum stock. Okay, it's at the middle of stage 2 towards the end of stage 2. So this is a stock that you tend to want to be more careful. You can trade this actually for this current market, like volatile market, right? Momentum stock is the best. Okay, I find it's very best. Charimin come from this purple color as well, and today have around 10%. Okay, but you have to be careful, ready to take profit if you spot any weakness. Okay, so it's just like gear, right? You switch your gear, okay, depending on the markets, right? So using TradeVSA screeners, okay, again I repeat, we do have 4 screener, 3 sign of strength screener, spring NS and line change, and 1 sign of weakness screener. We have uptrust. So we make the colors, okay, on our screeners for our members to interpret easier. Okay, red color, which means that this is stock that you want to avoid. Okay, you want to avoid. Green, goods are likely to set up, probably is still in the accumulations, just ready to break up to the markup stage. Purple is momentum, so these are stocks that you want to make some quick profits, probably just like 2 to 3 days or within a week. Okay, this is a trade that you should go for, and of course risk is higher. Okay, risk is higher. So we have incorporate also the hot link, okay, which you click, you can lead it to TradingView, okay, to go to their charting platform. And we also group it with sectors and industries, because some members they prefer certain industry like IT, export counter, import counter. We group it together. So we do include turnover as well. Okay, so here's the 4 different markets, okay, using our screeners. Of course we have US as well, and NYSE and Nasdaq. Do check our screeners, okay, at tradevsa.com. So TradeVSA color coded screeners, we just released it 2 months back. Okay, so it's a very powerful tool that you can use. Okay, available for free for everyone for now. Okay, so okay, earlier on, of course, this is repeated again. How do you read the color coded? Red colors, not ready yet. Green colors, good and lightly set up, and purple is the momentum stocks continuation of the stage 2. So this is our example that we recently found. This is on 3rd January. Top gap and Charimin. Okay, of course, it's appear in our 18-day line change screeners. Okay, so this is Chaimin. Okay, I think I have to minimize it. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, here you go. So this is Charimin. We spotted this from our screeners. We can see increasing volume and line change here. Okay, line change. This is in 30 minutes charts. Okay, 30 minutes charts. Another reaccumulations over here. Break up again with high volume. Okay, I think yesterday this member's Michael, right? He spotted. He asked me, right, about this charts, right? But at the time, if not mistaken, we are at this place. Okay, reaccumulations, breakup, and another reaccumulation again. Then today we have another breakout line change with high volume, which is nice. Okay. So this is a gap in 30 minutes. Also, you can see from here. Okay, I have to make it smaller. Okay, target gaps, it appears on our 18 LC screener as well. So currently still moving sideways accumulation. I don't see any specific weakness. No doubt we have upthrust. Okay, but we have spring and another line change at the background. Okay, background wise, we have a lot of volume. So this is how you check background: accumulation. Okay, accumulation, markups, high volume, and another reaccumulations. Okay, so this is a A-Asia trade. I'm sorry, have to make it smaller again for your use in the slides. Okay, yeah, okay, that's great. So this as well, A-Asia chart using 30 minutes. We have line change here. Okay, line change here, like I mentioned earlier on, left hand side, if you have accumulation come with line change in green color hit zone, is nice. So we have another NS trade. Okay, I explained a little. Oh, sorry, I haven't covered yet. Yeah, NS. I will cover later on what's NS. So basically, line change of NS is very powerful strategy. I love it actually. So whenever there's a signals, right? Like for example, we have NS test here in bearish hit zone. This is a trade that you have to avoid. Okay, like I said earlier on, here we probably have false breakout. So sometimes the edge is not with you, okay, because smart money is already distributed. Probably they want to do some sort of pullback and sell again. So this is a place that you want to avoid. Okay, I have one question from Fazila. Is there a fundamental catalyst for Charimin? Oh, Fazila, to be frank with you, I don't really read on the fundamental parts, okay, on the stock, because basically when we trade, I purely focus on price and volume. Okay, I purely focus what is the intention of smart money, what they are doing, and I trade with them. That's it. Okay, so the second strategy I want to share with you today is no supply. Of course, earlier on Asia charts, right, we do see spotted no supply too. So no supply trade works the best during accumulation. Okay, when volume is low, or better with no news at all, or during the bad news. So avoid when news is good. Okay, so majors must be a major support level. Okay, must be a major support level, just like this. Okay, this is the best one. Okay, this NS at this support level. Okay, and my background, I have a very strong accumulation. This is the first evidence, right, before it breaks up higher. So NS usually give you a very good risk to reward ratio because it allows you to trade at the supports level. Okay, so I'm going to explain what how you're going to trade using this NS, right? So entry rules. Okay, this is for long position. Buy if only confirm NS when there's a green ST and LT. So again, remember that whenever you use our screener, okay, you can find our NS screener as well in our cheaprealestate.com. Find those in green and purple color coded. Okay, this is a place that they accumulate with confirm no supply signals at there. So preferable, okay, this is very important as well. Preferable stock with turnover 350k and above for liquidity, because you want to enter and exit easily, okay, without have to wait for a few days for you to exit. So exit rules: preferable 6%. Why? Because during the accumulation, sometimes it will take times to retest the resistance, right? Of course, on this volatile markets, sometimes when it tests the resistance, it will pull back to do shakeout again before we test the resistance. So we don't want to, stuck in this particular trade. Whenever there's 6%, you can at least take some partial profit if you want to. So exit if there's if the trade failed to rally after 6 to 8 bars, okay, which means that after you enter from the NS bar, the trade has to work, okay, after 6 to 8 bars. If after 6 to 8 bars it didn't work, it's still moving sideways, which means that smart money still need time to confirm there's no seller in these markets. Okay, so you don't want to stuck in this trade. You exit first, probably in a small profit or at break-even price, right? So wait for another shake off, wait for another test, wait for another spring, and then you go back in again to this trade. Okay, so this is how it looks like on the construction map, right? On this map here, on left hand side, definitely we have accumulation, like I mentioned earlier on. NS worked the best during accumulation and at the major support level. This is the support level. Of course, on the background, sometimes we have spring. Okay, spring basically is the bar that flush out all these weekend holders. So this is a bar, NS bar. Okay, usually come with very low volume or almost to empty. Okay, no volume with narrow spread. Confirm with a line change. This is a line change bar. Okay, confirm it with slightly higher volume. Okay, and then the next bar is the very good entry price. Okay, very good entry point. Okay, so you can buy at the support. One thing that your risk is already low, and then second is that you know there's a lot of sign of strength on your background. Okay, smart money have flush out weekend holder. They have ensured that there's no more seller, and they are ready to retest the resistance. Okay, so like I said earlier on, markets still pretty volatile. Do take partial profit if it hits the resistance, right? Just like I share, okay, Jason, I think it's you, okay? Just like I share on FCPO, right? Spring, confirm spring, it tests the resistance. Okay, let's take some profits, okay? So this is what you do. Stop loss, okay, just below the NS bar, okay? Because we don't want the price to close below this NS, because this NS is the evidence that this is the particular points that seller has been removed or has been totally shake off from this market. So if this price drop below this NS, which means that seller is coming in again, so you want to exit from this market. Okay, so there's a reason why we put our stop loss just below this NS bar. Okay, so this is some of a simple strategy I'm going to share with you. Of course, the first one is the one that I use it frequently. It's a true bar lower closing below the uptrust low bar. So what it means is that if you know about VSA, okay, probably just draw it over here. Okay. Okay, if you know about VSA won't spread this pattern, okay, this is uptrust, okay, during stage 2, right? Stage 2, and then you see an uptrust, okay? This is what we call as UT. Okay, so this is one of the sign of weakness because smart money distribute at the top. So whenever you saw 2 bars close below this uptrust, this is a place that you want to exit, because this is a confirmation of the sign of weakness, and smart money are selling at the top, just like TechFrost. Okay, TechFrost is a very good example. Okay, so okay, this is one of the exit strategy they can use. If not, the second one, use the ATL stop loss. Okay, use the ATL stop loss. Oh, I think we forgot to add another one, is the red hit zone. Okay, red hit zone. So whenever there's a change in trend, you just want to exit from this trade. Okay, of course, like I said earlier, these two works pretty well together. Okay, these two works pretty well together. Use trade VSA confirm no screeners signals to trade, and then set your profit target 5 to 6%. Okay, 5 to 6%, because we are trading at the accumulation, sometimes smart money still need to retest on the resistance. But if let's say it fail with weakness, then we exit. Okay. Okay. So okay, of course this is the material for our members only. So summary, the right meanings of intraday trading, right? So which time frame you choose, okay, to trade for intraday? Okay, we can go up to, using TradingView, you can go up to 1 minute or 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, or daily, right? So of course, like I said earlier on, today we will only purely focus in KLSE stock markets. I'm going to use 60 minutes and 30 minutes only. Okay. So benefit of intraday, lost time is never found again. My time is money. Okay, so some of the benefits using intraday. Okay. Okay, Jason, our simple exit strategy can be used for shorting in the future. For shorting, definitely there's another strategy which we will cover on our next webinar. Probably we will share in our next webinar. Okay, Jason. So one of the benefits that I found when I trade intraday, definitely my second chance, right? I often miss my first chance because sometimes when we work, when we support, we will often to miss it. So second chance intraday give you a way better edge. Okay, so intraday trading align with our daily chart, which we are using this confluence strategy, and of course we can manage our risk to reward better. Okay, so again, well, I think a lot of people also say that, oh, I'm busy, I'm not sure about this market, I know this, I know that. So second chance come in, right, to allow you to trade, making a better decision, or if you miss the first earlier entry. So confluence strategy, why it works over and over again, because we are using trade VSM, which is VSM methods, combining with universal law of price and volume, and of course how you're going to find the footprint of the smart money. Okay, so this works perfectly. Okay, there's another questions again. Your trading does it exit? No, Albert, we don't exit. Okay, our entry and exit, we are using 30 minutes and 60 minutes. If my 60 minute chart didn't have any weakness, I will carry my trade for stocks. Okay, for stocks. Okay, is second chance same as retest support after breakout? Okay, I will probably share more about this. Okay, if second chance.
So win rate for using VSA.
What is the win rate using VSA?
If the market is trending, you're talking about 75% and above.
Yeah, of course, if your market is trending using VSA, our winning rate is 60 over to 70%. Of course, in our tradevsa.com, we do some backtesting as well. You can check out our backtesting result using our screener, using our 18-line change and no supply. Right, Martin? I think we posted some of the chart for no supply as well. Yeah, you can check out our backtesting result in our website. Okay, we do post it out. Of course, we do post out our topic result as well. Okay, so some of the charts that's this is some of the sharing that we posted earlier on in one of our sharing. This is WATA, which is appeared in 18-line change in 3rd December. Okay, so again, using 60 minutes, how you're going to trade? If you have missed this trade, you still got a lot of chance. Okay, using just purely 18-line change. Okay, so Tioseng as well on 10th December. So this is your chance, second chance. If you miss it, giving around 7% return. Okay, just using 60-minute charts. Okay, again, this is trading means 5th of December. So this is, in case you miss this, then you still got chance here and here. Okay, giving around 21% of return just using hourly charts. Okay, so kick comes, and I'm going to introduce you today is the futures trading, right? So futures trading actually you can use pretty well to trade this intraday. So futures trading do coverage for FCPO and FKLI. One of the benefit is that it's a two-way market where you can long and short using daily volume. Okay, so it's a leverage products with short-term trading strategy. offering a very low brokerage commission. Okay, of course 1 point of FKLI giving you 50 ringgits and FCPO is 25, which can be profitable. Okay, and the best part is that this futures trading is only require a small margin deposit, 4,000 or minimum 4K for one contract, and high reward with good risk control if you manage to trade with the right systems, okay, using intraday. So this is a like comparison, right? If you are trading share, of course you expect slower, okay, slow a bit. If trading futures, definitely it's more faster, but of course the risk is greater too if you don't know how to control your trades. Okay, so example, okay, for using intraday charts to trade long and short in FCPO using 15 minutes charts. Okay, so this is and our example here that we do on our previous live trading. Okay, this is our buy signal. You can see this is a support. Purple color represents support. Why? Reason why we buy it. Line change, and then we spot weakness, we sell here. First trade giving us 750 profits. Okay, the second ones, when we do live trading, of course we can see some sort of supports here. This line change break through this upthrust, which is giving us a very good indications of smart money is coming in again. So the second trade also giving us a very good profits of 750s. Okay, so this is another trades that we do in FKLI during our live trading sections. Okay, support, we do see some support, test, line change. Okay, and then we sell over here. So of course we do calculate also our risk to reward ratio. Okay, we are taking 4 to 5 point risk, okay, to 10 points. Okay, this is very important. Okay, like Martin always emphasized, do calculate your risk to reward. We prefer 2 to 1, then we take this trade. The second trade as well, the same, 8 points, we are risking 4 to 5. So this is an example of short in FCPO. Okay, I think Jason just now earlier you asked about this. Upthrust, okay, is a weakness. Okay, we short here, cover here. Okay, this is high volume, widespread bar, we cover back. So this alone gives us 30 points. Okay, with profit on 750. Okay, so this is some of the guidance, okay, for those beginners who want to trade in futures. Okay, some question again. What's your VSA website address? Okay, probably I will type over here. Okay, so if you don't access any of that, how can you say it's an intraday strategy and also risk of gap next day in CPO? Yeah, Albert, that's why for stocks, earlier I mentioned for stocks, I do carry my trade until the next weakness. Okay, but for FCPO, I don't carry my trade for FCPO.
We will cover that in our live
trading. We will cover FCPO in our live trading, because the earlier on the example that I mentioned is for stocks. Okay, so Jason asked, is SuperCharge available on platform or trading? Yes, it's available in TradingView, and it's real time. Okay, so choosing your trading instrument. Okay, SCPO of course is halal, very suitable for our Muslim firm here, and best part is it's very active and correlated with crude oil and soybean. Okay, FKLI suitable for short term during the day. Okay, and of course others futures trading that you can choose from is Hang Seng, Mini Hang Seng, S&P 500s. Okay, so of course getting a charting platform is very important. TradingView current offering is free. You can check it out. It covers a lot of markets. If you didn't subscribe for their live feed data, it actually comes with a delay of 15 minutes. Okay, so of course the best part is learn how to use VSA, or you can subscribe to us using Trade VSA Screener. Okay, of course we encourage you to trade on demo account first before go through the live sessions. Okay, so this is the things that we're going to offer today. Of course, for our members, I think some of members are watching. For those members who is in PJ Tropicana, we welcome you to attend this live session. We're going to do a special live trading section for our members on 16 January on Wednesday 10 to 12 p.m. Okay, 10 in the morning to 12 p.m. So we're going to do this in CME Security Office in Tropicana Mall. I think Martin, we got only 6 to 7 seats, right?
Yeah,
6 to 7 seats. For member interested, please text me. I will keep a reserve place for you.
Also, we'll be in Singapore on 20th.
And of course, this section we will also broadcast it live, okay, in our Facebook members groups only. Okay, so for those outstation member, don't worry, we will still broadcast it live for you. And another thing is that we're gonna go to Singapore to conduct another members workshop, live trading section as well on XGX. Okay, in XGX on 20 February. Okay, also the same time, 10 to 12 p.m. Okay, in XGX. Yeah, this is for our Singapore members only. Okay, so for those Singapore members who are interested, please text me as well, so I'll keep a place for you. Okay, so some case study, I think I will skip this. Okay, because probably I will answer some of Q&A if you have any. So this is just a repeated some of the screener that you can use currently in our tradevsa.com. Okay, so summary for today is that, okay, this is one of the powerful signals that you have to remember how to find a footprint of smart money. Okay, make sure on the left hand side there's a sign of accumulations followed by a break line change, okay, with high volume. The second things that we share today, of course, this is the second strategy we share. This is where you want to buy a support level with lower risk, okay, with lower risk during the accumulations, right? So this is how you trade using confirm NS bar, no supply system. So again, do check out our Trade VSA, tradevsa.com. Currently, these are the 5 screeners that is available, okay, based on daily basis. So why Trade VSA is right for you? Of course, Trade VSA is right for people that have a time constraint, like for example, a professional full-time job, retiree, housewife, or even part-timer. Okay. So Trade VSA, of course, we are using, like I mentioned earlier on, we do some back testing. We post in our website. Do check out our website, some of the trade that we do using our 18 outline change and no supply. Okay, what is our score compared to index? Okay, so some of our back tests we're doing frequently, including our stop pick result. Okay, proven check records. Okay, so of course cost of ownership is low, so I'm going to share with you what our offering today. Okay, so using Trade VSA, right, you can trade smarter every time. So using Trade VSA, this is some of the benefits that we are offering. Of course, first of all, you get to access to our signals, sign of strength and sign of weakness signals, and also the hit zone, okay, bearish and bullish hit zone, to identify the trend. Okay, of course, VSA screener currently we still open up for free until further notice. Okay, so using trading view, okay, using our screener, using our indicators, you can trade more than 50 markets, okay, more than 50 markets in trading view. So this package also including 1 day course, come with 3 hours live trading. Of course, we have support groups for members only. We will do frequent, every week we will do live training section to our members, okay, and then of course our monthly member training as well. So currently TradingView apps is available in Google's App Store. You can check it out in Play Store or iOS, under iOS. Okay, so this is the indicators that we are offering. Of course, based on our chart earlier on, whenever you see green color triangle, it's the hidden potential buying for smart money. Red color triangle, it represents selling by the smart money. So hit zone, of course, is to detect the trend of the markets. Okay, and other 9 benefit as well, if you join us. So this is what we're offering today. Of course, if you are choose for Trade VSA Pro package, currently we are offering 2,888 for 12-month membership, and the difference between two, okay, the difference between two, this is 2,488 and 2,888 is that this come with TradingView Pro account. Okay, TradingView Pro account actually, if you are using TradingView often, you can access the more features, like for example numbers of alerts, number of indicators, right, or others features like alerts, watch list of ads free. Okay, so you can check out their website trading.com to see the features, okay, to compare the features between the free package and the pro package. Okay, okay, so this is the course that we're going to conduct for this month and in March, because February I think we are full, we don't have any course for February. So on January, which is next week, we're gonna have income cash method. Sorry.
Ask Jason to join since a lot of questions.
Okay.
Yeah, recommend Jason to join.
Sure. Okay, so Jason, Jason asked what's the difference between NS and ND. Okay, so yeah, we'll explain all these sound strength, sound weakness in our course. So Jason, if you join us, we will teach you, we'll share with you, what all these sound strength and sound weakness are and how you're going to differentiate it. Okay, so January we're going to share what is income cash methods, where you know how to manage your trade or plan your trade properly. And on March we do have this course called pullback course, okay, where you can trade using line change and springs together, okay, to trade where is the probability to trade at a lower risk, okay, using our pullback strategy. Okay, so Albert asks, is your course by webinar start? Yes, all our one-day course and live trading will be based on webinar, okay, because and we recorded it as well, because some of our members is from KL, some is from Singapore, some is from Penang, so we're going to do it live webinar 10 to 4. Of course, in between we have break, okay. So the next day we have 2 hours of live trading using income cash method or pullback, depending on the course that you attend. So we will record the whole section, okay. After the course, right, we will send the video to you for your future reference. Of course, we'll send you PDF, the course note as well, okay. So our course will cover some of the trading plan or trading strategy that's will teach you, like for example your risk appetite, okay. Some members that they want to trade line change, because as you know that line change sometimes come with higher risk compared to NS, all right. So we teach you, all right. Some members say that, okay, I prefer to trade something with very low risk, so they can go for NS trade. So by identify your risk appetite, then you can choose your correct strategy, and then how you're going to use how tools, to filter out, okay, which stock is good for you. Alright, like example, if my risk, probably I will risk my trade below 5%, definitely going to choose NS trade, okay, NS screener. So choose which color coded zone, what is the accumulations, what is the market stages, then I place my trade. So the step 3 is the trading plan, where you can learn from our income cash method how you're going to enter and take partial profits, okay. So this is a new syllabus in 201 that we're going to introduce, where we focus a lot in futures trading, especially using intraday, as we encourage our members to trade as a second income, okay. So read what you saw, like our members over here, they follow VSA, they use this system to practice it, and get a lot of benefits of it.
The cost of doing this.
Okay, so this is just like a cost of doing a business, okay, this membership here. Okay, so Albert asks, okay, how long recordings available? Okay, for our one-day course, we will conduct from 10 to 4 for the first day. Okay, we'll record everything. Of course, in between we have break. The second day we have 2-hour section, 10 to 12, and we do it live tradings. Okay, so in total, 2 days around 8 hours.
Yeah.
Around 8 hours. Okay. So this is our testimonial from our existing member. We have Jin from Singapore. Okay, it says that well, when I started out my investment journey 2 years ago, it seems like very unproductive until it used VSA. It's just like a GPS system for her. Okay, which is a signal that indicators to lead her to her destination. Okay, so we got another member here, Jin Yu also. He said that Trade VSA is a great tool for me and guide me making a decision, right, when about timing his entry and exit. So another member as well from this is Low. Okay, so he says that Martin and Trade VSA makes bond spread analysis easy to understand and simplified, and it helps him to pick winners, okay, using Trade VSA systems. Okay, so another ones are of course our membership members, Fok Wing. also say there's
How long is the recording? They send it to you. You get a hard copy of the.
I mean, how long are the training course recording accessible?
You have it
Oh,
forever.
you have it forever. Okay, basically, Albert will send the recording links to you. You download it, keep it on your desktop. Okay, you can watch it whenever you want to. Okay, so it's forever for you, including our course notes and PDF. Okay, so another members also intend giving us a very good testimonial by making his trading decision better and identify some of the good trade. Okay, so we also think that you deserve better like our graduates. So of course, get our special free access today to our live trading. If you are interested, you can join us. Okay, and then on 16th of January, we have this live trading section where we're going to trade focus in FCPO probably. FCPO.
Yeah, we will trade futures.
Trade futures. Okay, Martin will share with you how you're going to trade futures using a small time frame, 15-minute, 30-minute charts. Okay, so this is our contact. You can contact us if you are interested to subscribe. You can WhatsApp to us or email to us. Okay, so probably Martin, you want to do some Q&A before?
Yeah, we'll do some Q&A. I'm with Zach here. I'm at the side here. You can't see me on the screen. If you have any question, we are happy to have. We still have another 10-20 minutes more. Perhaps our user session right now is to look at the trading view chart. And if you have any stocks you want us to take a look, we'll be happy to show you that. Okay, we can switch over to trading view.
Okay, probably for remainder of time, I would just like to show some of trading features. Of course, I would like to show as well Charimin. Okay, why these members are able to find Charimin. Okay, using our trade VSA. Okay, so basically he's using our chart. I don't know whether Marcus watching or not. Anyway, congrats to you. Okay, 10% today. So this is some of the annotation that I used to do. Okay, whenever I explain using videos or to members to let them to see easier, right? Where is the potential sign of strength or sign of weakness, right? Of course, this is in Malay. Okay, so we have resistance over here, support over here, and price moving sideways, which means this is reaccumulation because on the background we have accumulations. Okay, so we have some sort of shakeout over here, and let me switch to hourly charts. So in hourly chart, you can spot that of probably 30 minutes. Okay, so you can see in this 30-minute charts, okay, very nicely just above this support level, after they break through this resistance, we see a lot of narrow spread bar. Okay, narrow spread bar. This is a bar, narrow spread bar, and you can see no volume. Okay, so do you remember what I mentioned earlier on? We want to see narrow spread bar, low volume during the accumulation or reaccumulation to ensure that smart money have flushed out the weekend holders. Okay, the weekend holders. Then subsequently followed by another markup stage. Okay, this is the trade that we're looking for when we trade using 30-minute and hourly. So whenever there's volumes, right, it's good for me. It doesn't matter 1 hour or 30 minutes because I just want to see the intention of smart money at a particular time. Like for example here, I got 4 narrow spread bar. This is telling me that this 4 narrow spread bar is the place that smart money is testing supply. Okay, so HK asks, can you help to review Garda? Sure. Okay, first of all, always look at how daily chart first to identify a trend. Okay, okay, we have stage 4, right? That's why we have this red hit zone. Okay, red hit zone, right? So daily chart wise, definitely is a trade that I think you should avoid until further confirmation of strength. But if you're looking at how chart, probably you can trade in the short-term time frame, right? For example, well, we do have line change here. Okay, this is line change come with high volume.
That's a good entry. Yeah,
this is a good entry. Okay, this is a good entry. So price move sideways again. Price move sideways again. Just like how Charimin form, right? After breakout, price move sideways to form another support again before another breakout. So if you spot after breakout another few bars of TES or NS, this is a place that you want to get in, because this place offer a very low risk trade if you are trading intraday. Okay, this is from who? HK, right? Okay, if you are trading intraday. So do remember that if you're trading intraday, you have to follow your stop loss closely. Okay, so other stocks from Laura. This is Ahmad Zaki, am I right? Okay, always switch to daily chart first before interval. Oh, nice one. Okay, probably I look at background for this. Oh, we have a very weak background. Okay, weak background. Why? This is a very huge sell-off. Markets congesting, moving sideways, which means this is accumulation. Low volume, narrow spread bar. Okay, it's nice. Accumulations. Volumes coming in, picking up. Okay, we got this line change here. Okay, line change here. Okay, basically for me this is nice. So you can trade on a very short terms, short time frame. I don't see any markup stage yet because I don't see any breaching zone. It's still moving in this range. So switch to 1 hour charts. Oh, okay, 1 hour chart is nice. We have increasing volume on this line change bar here, and then we have two spring. Okay, two spring forming a very good support here. So if you are trading in daily charts, right? Sorry, hourly charts, this currently also offer a very good low risk trade for you. Okay, Julius, Genting Malaysia. Genting Malaysia. Okay, Genting Malaysia. Okay, still ranging. Let's take a look at the daily chart first. Definitely we have a weak background. Okay, to sell off. Now market is raging.
You look for line change on our chart.
So on hourly charts, do look for line change, right? We can see there's a very strong accumulation here. Okay, NS, we got spotted NS here. Okay, so if you spot NS at the supports or line change above this resistance, yes, this is a place that you want to trade, because now currently forming a very good accumulation level. And take a look at volume, low volume too. Okay, so this is the last stock that we have today, MBSB, right? MBSB is Malaysian banking, is it?
Which one? MBSB is
Malaysia Building Society.
Yeah.
Okay, always look at daily chart first to confirm the trend. Okay, we have an line change today, so giving us a very good opportunity to trade on hourly charts. Okay, nice one.
Second chance on Monday.
Yeah, second chance on next week, Jason. So no doubt, background wise, we have very nice accumulations, right? Accumulations. Then we have breakups with high volume. Take a look at this volume. This volume is just nice, right? Break through above all this volume. Okay, over here. This is what I call high volume. I don't calculate like, you know, what is the volume, 10k, 20k. I just look at overall volume during the relative volume. Okay, so this is a nice one. It's a bit similar like cherry mint. Okay, so let's see whether it can, you know, test again. Form NS is the best. Okay. Okay, Chia got another stock. Probably this is the last one before we close our section. Carex. Okay. Oh, I don't think this is a good trade. Let's take a look at daily. Oh no, not yet. Yeah, this is still in like Martin said, this is still in red hit zone. No doubt we have spring today, but it's not a confirmed spring yet. We have to wait for next week to confirm it. Still in this downtrend here, which is we don't like. A lot of sign of strength, a sign of weakness at the top. So this is a stock that we'll avoid. If daily is not nice, probably, you know, on hourly, it won't have any nice setup too. Okay, so yeah, this is what I have today. And if you are interested to join us in our membership here, you can contact us or email us. Okay. Okay, so if you are interested to join us, our programs here, just contact us. Okay, yeah, this is 12-month membership just for 2,888. Anyone interested? Okay, is tonight recording available?
No.
Okay, Albert, we will post this video to our Facebook group. Okay, you can watch again in our Facebook groups here. Okay, so if you are interested in our programs here, do text us, and then you're welcome to join us on 16th of January. For our members, some of our members is watching. You're welcome to just text me to reserve your place for the live streaming on 16th January. Okay, Martin, should we close for today? Okay, sure. So thank you for watching today. Anything that you want to know more about TradeVSA or volume spread analysis, okay, you can follow us on Telegram, TradingView, or you can text to us. Okay, so with this, I will close our section today. Okay. Okay, thank you very much.